Welcome to the AH64D basic 30mm gun area weapon system deployment. You begin in flight north of Tatasi Air Base at 500 feet AGL. You are in active pause. This training will be performed in both the pilot and co-pilot gunner positions. When in the CPG position, you will use the DCS-AH to fly the aircraft while you engage targets. Unless otherwise indicated, most highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. On your first time through the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. Survey the co-pilot gunner cockpit. On the left MPD, you should see the weapons page. On the right MPD, you should see the TSD. On the HDU, the lower left corner shows C-HMD, co-pilot helmet mounted display. The lower right corner shows fixed. If everything is satisfactory, press the spacebar to continue. On the front console, toggle the safe arm button to arm. Next, WAS up the gun. TDAC left hand grip, WAS up. A glance at the left MPD will show the gun is armed to be fired from the co-pilot gunner position. Finally, check the left side of the weapon page to see burst limit is set to 10 rounds. Press spacebar to continue. The target is a group of insurgents at an airfield unloading weapons from a cargo plane. The specific targets are the insurgent trucks. The threat is small arms and RPGs, so this target will be engaged starting at about 2.5 kilometers. You will now enter the target point in the TSD. On the right MPD, begin by toggling the TSD nav mode to attack by pressing bottom 2. Select the point page with push button bottom 6, and then add with push button left 2. Toggle the cursor to the TSD and move the cursor over the target area as shown in the pop-up graphic. Then press cursor enter. You will notice a red T01 appear in the TSD. Press the spacebar to continue. Press bottom 6 point again to back out to the main TSD page. Now you need to direct the pilot, via DCS-AH, to fly towards the target. The easiest way to do this is to designate T01 as a waypoint. Set T1 as the fly to point by pressing RTE, TSD, push button bottom 5, then DAR, push button left 5. Use the cursor to select T1. Press the spacebar to continue. With T01, the current fly-to point, bring up the DCS-AH interface. When you do, you will see the fly-to symbol on the DCS-AH compass. Use the DCS-AH controls to set the heading bug to the fly-to point heading. Also set the DCS-AH airspeed to 70. Finally, since the target will be engaged at a longer range, ensure DCS-AH altitude is between 750 and 1,000 feet AGL.
Copy. Increasing altitude.
When you have accomplished these functions, switch back from the DCS-AH interface. When you have returned to the normal cockpit view, press the spacebar to continue. Select T01 as the acquisition source. Press TSD Top 5 Coord. From the target list that appears, select the T1 line with push button left 1. Slew the TDAC to T01. Target T01 is now the acquisition source. Set TADS as the site. On the right hand grip, switch the CPG site to TADS. This will shift the TADS view to the target area. However, the T01 point is likely not exactly over the target, and from 5 kilometers, the view of the target area may not be clear and or obstructed. You must move towards the target. As you close to the airfield, you will search the area, find the insurgent activity, and begin to aim at specific targets. When you're ready to fly and begin the attack, press the spacebar. Once the aircraft settles onto its new heading, press Slave to toggle it off.
At requested altitude.
Use the right hand grip manual tracker button and left hand grip zoom buttons. Search the area near T01 until you find the C-130 and the insurgents unloading it. Focus on a group of targets and use the laser rangefinder to get an accurate range. Press the LRFD trigger on the right hand grip to the first indent to send a short laser range finding burst. On the TADS, when the LRFD activates, an X cross appears at the TADS crosshairs. When you have targeted the insurgent activity and gotten a good laser range, press the spacebar to continue. You will begin to engage the insurgents inside 3,000 meters at 40 knots, slowing to a hover at about 1,500 meters. To achieve this, when passing inside 3,000 meters, use George AI to set 40 knots, then toggle back to CPG and engage targets. When nearing 1,500 meters, use George AI to set 0 knots, then toggle back to the CPG and engage. When firing, press and hold the trigger until the entire burst is fired. Get quick range to target updates by pressing LRFD first indent, short burst.
Roger, aligning. Roger, aligning. Roger, aligning. Copy, speeding up. Speed set. Copy, slowing down. On speed. Copy, slowing down. At requested speeds. Copy, coming up. Copy, heading to location. At requested altitude. At requested heading.
Success! The insurgent arms delivery has been interdicted. You are in active pause. The next step is to employ the gun on the pilot's position. The pilot employs the gun for immediate suppression of threats to the aircraft. The scenario is simulated for this part of the lesson. Press the space bar when you're ready to continue. Change the waypoint to waypoint 02. On the TSD, press RTE, push button bottom 5, then DIR, push button left 4, and finally press WP02. On the HDU, you should now see W02 as the fly-to point. Take control of the gun by pressing WAS up on the cyclic. The weapon page should confirm this status. Press the spacebar to continue. The back seat cannot make use of the laser rangefinder. The pilot can enter a manual estimated range or use automatic range, which takes radar altimeter info and the pilot's aim via the IHA DSS to calculate range. Basic trigonometry. Currently, the pilot is using a manual range set to 1500 meters. To set automatic, on the left MPD weapon page, press Man Range, bottom 6. On the keyboard unit display, Man Range will show. Press A, then press Enter. The M adjacent to the field of regard box will have changed to A. The range value next to the field of regard box will also have changed. Look around outside the aircraft and note how the range changes in 100-meter intervals. When you're satisfied that you can aim the gun via the HDU with auto range data, press the spacebar to continue. When flying again, you will head towards waypoint 02. Climb to 1300 feet AGL and establish 90 knots. When ready to do this, press the spacebar to resume flying. As you close in on waypoint 02, you detect an enemy AAA site that has just been deployed. Red smoke marker. Maintain your course and suppress the targets when within 1500 meters.
And gun. Roger, ceasefire. Slaving. Deslaving. Engaging. Roger, engaging. Target destroyed.
The AAA was suppressed and/or you are clear of the threat. This ends the basic gun tutorial. Press escape to exit or continue to
Roger,
fly.
engaging.